Hey everyone, Renmar here and welcome back to another analysis video. I wasn't supposed to shoot and post this on the exact same day considering I've been sick since Sunday night and I'm still quite sick now. But Saturday was such a good MPL day for myself and Mirko cause BTR swept Onyx and Team Falcons miraculously completed the Cinderella run and made it to the playoffs. We were talking about it in our international casters group chat. He said he wanted to do an analysis video, so I promised I'd do one on BTR versus Onyx because it was an EMANN masterclass. I will admit, this is the very first time throughout season 16 that I will actually be sitting down, watching, and deeply analyzing an MPL ID game because for majority of the season, I've just been browsing through the games, looking at the drafts real quick, checking out what's on Wikipedia, and just looking at clips. So that's the max of my MPL ID content intake for this season, similar to the rest of the regions. So now this is going to be my first, and I hope we do get to see that EMANN masterclass. The first thing that stood out to me in this draft is that it reminded me a lot of Team Falcons Philippines versus Liquid because of the R-Lot blue side priority ban and then the Uranus ban on the red side, which would eventually set up for a CC. At first, I would like to think it as a flex pick option, but you open up the option later on to put it into the gold lane because that's what happened for Falcons versus Team Liquid Philippines. They eventually put it into the hands of Super Marco. And if I'm not mistaken, I am aware enough with what Emann's been doing so far, especially since the Project Next, that he's been playing a lot of fighter gold lanes, that this is gonna be going into Emann's hands in the gold lane later on. If I am wrong, let's just laugh about it later when we're watching the game. So let's see. I'm not familiar with MPL ID drafting patterns. The fact that Harith made it this far is surprising to me, although it's not like it never happens in MPL Philippines. It's just usually that's gonna go somewhere around here on the red side, but I believe they also just want to see what the matchup might be for the Harith if they could manage it. Center of the map priority, they get the Juicin and the YSS for Onyx. I believe based on the things that I've been seeing about ONIC ID this season, a lot of mid-map control since Kiboy, Sans, and Kyrie have been doing so well this season in terms of just bullying the center of the map, and that's one of the reasons why they've gone on a really long win streak. Then it makes a lot of sense that you want to pick up the Juice and the YSS together and eventually pick the high loss in the end as the setup to the Harith. It helps the YSS as well, it helps the Juice in as well. So this high loss pick, though eventually in the big picture, if you look at what BTR brings to the game, it's not as, how do I say this, impactful. But the impact that it does bring is that it just supports the rest of the team so well. It activates all of them with the glorious pathway, and the fact that you're going to be putting Revitalize on that high loss. And we know how well just the high loss and the Harith pair well together because that's something that Aurora has been doing all season long in MPL Philippines. At the BTR side of the draft, they do pick up the Kalea for the pickoff, so if ever you see that the YSS has already used Traceless, just jump on the YSS, or if ever the YSS hasn't used the Traceless yet, you can use it to force it out, and then everyone just follows, considering that later on, Bigatron, I like that they actually picked up the Alice. So one thing about the YSS, as we all know, is that once you have that Traceless out, once you've already used the stun from the Mountain Shocker, throwing out the Turtle Ship, then the Alice is just going to run down and chase your ass. So I like that they decided to pick that up. They also decided to pick it into a lineup that has the Harith, the Phoveus as well. So if you look at the damage profile of Onyx, really, there's a good chance that this Alice is just going to run over all of them. Yes, you have the insane burst coming out of the Harith, but then you also have to deal with the Lunox that's going to be going after you, trying to maximize the damage of the Lunox. You wanted sustained magic damage, it just can't be the Lunox, so you paired it up with the Alice as well. So there's a good interplay between the last two picks of Bigatron. Lunox for MPL Philippines hasn't done too well, and there's always been that feeling of, there's the Lunox, but then you wish you had a little bit more magic damage to go alongside it, especially AoE. But then with Alice coming into the metagame, now you have a Lunox and Alice combination together that does well, that feeds off of one another's strengths, and they cover each other's weaknesses in the game. You get some more setup from the Alice as well, something that the Lunox doesn't provide too much. And then the Alice, similar to how you have got with Gotcha CC, Curtain Call together, all the crowd control provided by the Kalea, you just help set up for the Alice. So I love the interplay of Bigetron when you look at their lineup from a team fighting perspective. Again, I'm going to be mainly looking at it from a team fighting perspective. This is MPL Indonesia, after all. But if you look at ONIC, they do have the YSS to get the vision. That doesn't only help them with fights, that helps them with map control. And if ever you get later on into the objective, to use your Mountain Shocker to get information to see if you can continue pushing a lane, or if you're just going to go and fight out in the objective pits. And then when you get the Hayabusa on the other side, of course, you have a hero who can split off from the rest of the team. You go for a 4-1 split. You push the lane, the far lane away from the objective, and then you just join the objective later on. So there's options for macro as well, but these are very fight intensive lineups that thrive, especially when you're going to be fighting around the objective team fights. Not going to be looking too much into the bans. I really just wanted to look at the lineups here. Let's go into the game. All right, let's head into game number 1. Trading at the center right away. Keyboy forced to use to revitalize. Believe I took a lot of damage from the Lunox and the Kalea. So looking at the emblems, yeah, pretty much here or there. I just noticed MPL ID, they mirror it, like they flip it. I don't know, it's kind of weird looking to me. Do we do the same in MPLPH? I don't recall. Oh, no, we put it on the other side. Yeah. Pull yourself together for the Kalea so you get quick access to the flicker. That's a bit of the problem sometimes with the Kalea. You go in and then you're stuck there because you already used the Tsunami Slam and the Tidal Strike as your entry. Unless, of course, if you get to chain the assists a lot, you get even more cooldown reduction for your flicker so that you can use it more to engage. Similar to how you would pick up the pull yourself together for the Kaja. Yeah. Pure, double movement speed for San. So he just wants to get around the map very quickly. Adding on to the idea that we posed earlier about how Onyx just really wants to smother the map, control through the center, go outwards. Considering that they are playing with Skylar now, I think it's been evident all throughout MPL ID based on the clips that I've seen that at this point you can just pretty much leave Skylar to do whatever the hell he wants in the gold lane. That's going to be fine. And then the rest of the map, just get Onyx to help out Lutpi or something. Or in one of the times where you just really need to build advantage for your gold lane, then you go to Skylar in the gold lane. So it makes sense to go for the Wilderness Blessing and the agility for the extra movement speed for Sans so that they could get around the map much quicker. Lunox going for the discount similar to Skylar. So they already used the Revitalize here. Let's see if Onyx can force something out. Oh, they might force the Flicker out of Moreno here, which is what you need to do to balance out the use of Revitalize. There we go. Good use. He's able to save himself all at the same time. They even it out. Nile going after Sans. Oh, forced the Purify out of Sans. But Nile didn't commit. I think he could have gotten the kill onto Sans. But it might have been too risky for him to chase. But then at the same time, if he committed the kill, since he already threw out the shadow, he'd be delayed in his jungling pattern. Because if he chased, that means he wouldn't be able to be on time completely to clear it. You see one of the reasons now why CC does get picked up now into the gold lane. She's pretty much a lane bully to a lot of the gold laners. Even for the Harith. Yes, the Harith can get shielding through the shields, but CC's just a pain to deal with for a lot of gold laners. Which is why she's probably going to be showing up a lot more. Especially in the playoffs for across all regions. So, Emma doing a really good job of handling Skylar. First turtle, 4v4. Moreno holding the mid bush. And every objective fight, I always am going to lean towards the team who's holding this bush here. Because that's an extra angle to go for. It's not to say it's going to be an always like advantage that you have. But I think they've already checked that Moreno could be there or have posted the idea to the team. Finn forced the flicker out. Kind of greedy. They forced the traceless out. Okay, but he doesn't have the tsunami slam. Let's see if BTR can capitalize. Sans locked in. First blood already. Oh, and without the traces, yeah, Kyrie gets stuck. Okay, good play because Moreno was holding that bush in the mid. And they get the triple kill for Moreno. 4 members of Onyx down. Good job, BTR. I really like that. It might have looked greedy in the big picture for Finn to use the flicker, but they forced the traceless out of Kyrie. And then with Moreno holding the perfect bush at the center of the map, he'll be able to make the most out of the Chaos Assault. He did get the brightness back, so then he'll be able to use the lightness, the brilliance, excuse me. Great start for Bigatron. And then if you could get a start like that up against Onyx, you shaft a lot of like what they want to do. Still not impossible to recover, but now they're getting a few resources. Who gets it? Okay, that still ends up at the side of BTR. And then now, see how Onyx will equalize. Mirko and Sheffin were the only ones who predicted for Bigatron. Okay. Emma's just straight up bullying Skylar in lane. We're just gonna be... Is this just gonna be us watching Emma bully Skylar out of, like, farm? It sucks that Emma got a few hits on that siege minion, but... Yeah, Skylar is zoned away from the minions. He is playing under tower. When you have a start like that, where the center of the map suffers of massive loss in the first objective fight, you give a triple kill, and your gold lane is shafted to being stuck under the turret, you're really gonna have to find a way to recover. Which is tough now when you're up against a lineup that just plays pickoff. Tsunami Slam. Throw everything onto Kiboy. He pops her Vitalize, Glorious Pathway. Shadow kill. Throw out the Curtain Call, but that just forces Onyx to go out. A lot of resources used for that. Couldn't get a kill. Sacrifice a bit of control up top. Now the loot piece going to be able to get just a bit more gold. He has a slight lead over the Alice. But at the center of the map, it's not good because the Lunox has a plus 650 or so gold lead compared to the Jushin. That does equalize and adjust a bit. 700, now 800. Hunter Strikes picked up at the same time for both junglers. That's a cool visual. Same timing at around 440. Now they're just going to play for the second turtle. Let's see if Bigatron, another pick off. Now without the revitalized, Kiboy eventually gets taken out. Shogun, what an entry! Good entry there with the ultimate. I'm blanking on skill name. Sorry, y'all. I'm sick. Curtain Call! Yo! Wait. Hold up. Bigatron. Bigatron. Alright. Tsunami Slam. They're gonna be able to get Kiboy. Glorious Pathway already committed. Throne of Ruin by Shogun. Here's EMANN coming in. Curtain Call. Oh, tosses it out to Kyrie and Lutpi. They're able to get out. But here comes Skylar. Oh, Skylar! Wait. A bit too brave. Oh, that's another 3 kills. Oh no, make that 4 because Kiboy just respawned. Oh man. Onyx. It's that Curtain Call. Of course, we know how fast CC gets around the map, especially through the river. Look at EMANN just blazed through. The Throne of Ruin was perfect by Shogun. The Curtain Call came in just in time as well. Skylar with Zaman Force, the damage, but then Nile saved his shadow kill. And that extra bit of shadow kill was enough to keep him alive and take down Skylar. Yo, Bigatron. Good shit, man. Second turtle goes to them. Okay. Bigatron, I see you now. I see you. How is Onyx gonna recover from this? Bro, oh no, Skylar, bro, okay. Purify you, Zaman Force dashing, but it hurts too much. EMANN, yo, Skylar, EMANN messed you up. And a shadow kill from Nile, what a rotation. Okay. I see you, Bigatron. Good rotations, good aggro at the right time. Now constant pressure with that Harith straight up lost. I mean, his damage hurts. Bigatron is a team built with a bunch of somewhat glass cannons. Although I don't count the Alice in that regard. Oh, but now there's the Lunox getting farmed too. They're pushing up top. Yeah. The massive losses of ONIC just chained together from the triple kill they gave to Moreno in the first turtle, to Skylar getting shafted in lane by EMANN, to the second loss of ONIC in the second turtle, to another pick off onto Skylar in the bottom lane, or the second death to Skylar. That's the first time they get to pick him off. The sequence where before the second turtle they tried to go on Kiboy, they forced a glorious pathway, but even worse, they forced the revitalize even more, so that it sets up for the second turtle. They can go on Kiboy, they can take him down because he doesn't have the revitalize. Great sequencing by Bigetron, and great calls by Finn and Moreno if they are the ones making the call to go for the plays and the engagements right away. This might not go well for ONIC. They already have the first item for the Harith. Oh, Finn! Perfect entry! Tsunami Slam, Tidal Strike, Glorious Path. Oh, the Throne of Ruin! Holy shit! Shogun! Shogun! Great timing, my dude! And Emma's gonna be able to survive against Kari. This is a CC with Sprint! This isn't a Flicker CC. This is a Sprint CC. Another one. Tidal Strike, Skylar! Moreno! Oh my god! BTR! I feel like Skylar's a bit tilt-teasy right now, sir. Skylar, up of the hell, bro. What's going on? Exactly, just like what Sheffet said. Fast-paced, rotating good. Can't catch up to this Kalea. This is what we were saying in the draft or in the high loss pick. Though it covers up or it helps ONIC shine in what the rest of their lineup already brings, it doesn't have that same impact as the Kalea, who clearly is, of course, pick-off. And you have a pick-off burst duo. And then if ONIC want to answer, you have the Alice to deal with. But then since your Harith got straight up lost lane, not gonna be able to do much. Gonna take a long time. Good lord. Even the shadow kill that Nile just brought out hurts. My goodness. As we wait for the next big sequence, you see how fast Bigetron's rotating the map? Get the Kalea and the Hayabusa together. They sacrificed just a little bit of EXP lane control and gave a little bit of gold to Loot so that Shogun could be more present in the earlier fights, which he was. See, one of the biggest problems right now with trying to deal with the Alice in the metagame is if you don't have the right damage profile, it is near impossible to take it down, especially if you're going to be coming from a deficit. If you keep things even, then the Alice will just be an annoying sponge, but you can deal with it. But then if the opposing team has a lead like this, and you don't really have the right damage profile to deal with it from a deficit, it's going to be near impossible to win up against a lineup with an Alice. Are you going to be able to kill her? Yes, but with the amount of attention that she draws to herself, especially now that Moreno even has like the lantern, good lord. Kyrie just built up the BOD. I can't believe Onyx still want to like position like this, like they want to heavily contest. Why aren't they clearing up the minion waves? Just spend your resources and time now with just clearing up the top minions, top and mid. Even positioning just like that was already a big risk in itself. They could have used that time to, I don't know, go with Kyrie and Skylar to push up top. Kyrie's gonna be the jungle. Okay, send your Harith with some backup to go up top. Keep Lutpi the one in the EXP lane to get vision. Maybe send him there with Sanj. You go for a 3-2 split with Kyrie in his jungle. Or Kyrie with Keyboy and Skylar to push up top instead. The macro trading could have been better there. Could they have gotten the tower? The minion waves didn't look optimal. They could have at least gotten the top one. Well, this is going to be near impossible to make a comeback for. I know the result of this was like a sweep, right? Yeah. Now good control by Bigetron. And yeah, Mirko just said it. As we were saying earlier, this really just is... It's not all about the Harith. Also, one of the tough decisions about putting Juice in the center of the map if you cannot get the advantage. Wait. Whoa. Okay, Lutpi gets caught out by Finn. Lutpi was trying to provide some zone. Oh my god! Shogun again with the Throne of Ruin. Keep on trying to stay alive. EMANN in the middle of the midst of it all. He got taken out. Finn again with another knock-up. Nile goes in. Finishes off Sans, and just as what we were talking about, this Alice is still alive. All of that and the Alice, the most annoying component of the Bigetron lineup, is just staring you down in base. Good Nile, he's waiting for an angle. Finn has to conceal. Tidal Strike, entry, no Tsunami Slam. Oh no, he has it, but he didn't commit it. They back off. Good discipline by BTR. All towers down. 8.5k lead and climbing. 14-4. This is tough. This is so tough for ONIC. Are ONIC one of those teams where if they don't get the early condition that they like, then they just seem like so uncomfortable? I mean, of course, it didn't help that EMANN just straight up beat Skylar in lane. So, makes sense that even if they didn't have a game plan to make a comeback, it still would have been a really tough comeback for them. Again, my question goes to, like, could have ONIC sacrificed a bit more objective takes and go for towers instead? Maybe not so heavily contest Turtle 2. But then the tough thing about that is, if they didn't contest Turtle 2, which spawned topside, taking down the CC isn't going to be as easy. And I think rotation-wise, it just made sense for ONIC to try and contest Turtle 2. But then they suffered an even bigger loss. And I feel like that could have been one of those scenarios where maybe I'm just used to seeing a lot of the MPLPH tendencies. A lot of teams do give up. If Turtle 1 didn't go so well, they're giving up either Turtle 2 or 3, or maybe even Lord 1 for equalization of the objectives elsewhere. Oh, Shogun again! Oh, the gleam! Into the flicker, into the burst, but they take Nile out. ONIC, okay, turn around. Turn around by ONIC, they're holding on. Oh, that's 3 members of Bigatron down, but EMANN's still alive. Finn's still alive as well. EMANN, what the hell? How are you still going, bro? Oh my god, the triple kill! And Finn as well with the surge of life, keeping him alive. This is a stacked up and built up CC. Pick off again. Oh, we have to replay that. We have to replay that. Sir, we have to replay that. We have to replay that. Oh my goodness. Okay, Shogun, they get the curtain call onto 2. Shogun throws up the gleam. The flicker gets the 4-man. Oh no, 3-man. Although Lutpi's somewhat within the range, although he was out. Lutpi and Kiboy weren't. So it's the 3-man Throne of Ruin. Massive. Kyrie with a quick stun right away. Which is why Nile got taken out early. EMANN into the back, chasing after Kyrie. Skylar and Kyrie both looking at EMANN now, but the CC is giving them a huge headache. Finn sustaining, helping Shogun sustain as well. Making sure that EMANN stays alive long enough to finish off everyone else. The reprioritization of EMANN to just go to the back, chase down Kyrie, and then Skylar helping out Kyrie to set up EMANN eventually getting the kill onto the both of them, leading into a triple and more. Great interplay with the Kalea and the CC. Well, I'm just gonna go straight into game number 2. I'm excited for game number 2 already. Okay, game 2. Very aggro on the lineups. Pick off again. Gonna play around Kalea YSS. Kalea Lunox is your combo at the center of the map for strong burst. You get a gold lane Joe for EMANN as they wanted to have another answer towards the Fanny. So now you have to worry about the Way of the Dragon, the single target lockdown that you have. But also when you have an opponent that's playing around the roam, such as like the Baksha. The good thing about that is now you have 2 heroes on the side of Bigatron who can force reactions out of ONIC and then have another initiating crowd control tool to punish the answer. So by that exactly is, hypothetically, let's say it's EMANN who's the one up front getting vision, alright? Hypothetically. Let's say he's the one who's trying to find an angle for the kick. Gets the kick on the Baksha. ONIC suddenly goes, yo, let's help out Kiboy, man. He's gotta go in. But then you also have to worry about the Kalea coming in, Tsunami slamming your ass. And then you have to worry about the stun coming out from the Mountain Shocker Turtle Ship toss from the YSS. So that alone already brings you 3. Add to that the extra layer of the Hilda now suddenly showing up. It's like, where are they coming from? What's all this crowd control and initiation? Get bursted down. And then for 2 drafts in a row now, BTR decided to respect ban the... Oh, I didn't mean to play it. They decided to respect ban the Arlot. And Arlot is a big pain in the ass for most lineups. So, I like the Arlot ban. ONIC were annoyed with going up the Alice, even though the Alice was picked up as one of the last 2 picks, blue side. I think it wouldn't have been too far from the realm of possibility if the Alice eventually ended up showing up earlier in the draft as one of the first 3 picks, and then Bigetron changed their priorities for either the Roam or the XP. Considering that the Kalea is open, maybe the XP pick could have just been anything else. But maybe the Alice would have been a bit too much of an overreaction. I don't know. But considering like what Onyx usually likes to play with, maybe it also just makes sense that they decided to take it out. They didn't have the right damage profile on the last time. They don't have the right damage profile for it now, somewhat. But considering that the sustainability was also one of the problems that Onyx had to deal with the Kalea, it makes sense why they decided to bring out the Baksha as an option now. Let's rearrange that. It's one of the first 3 picks. They decided to go for the Fanny, because they didn't expect that the Cho would be coming out for the either gold or the XP. They were like, all right, there's no more Cho, it's fine. There's a Kalea to deal with, it's okay. You have the Baksha at the front. We'll get the Lapu Lapu to annoy. You'll force a Tsunami Slam anyway. But then the Cho being added another extra layer of unpredictability. So I like that that's an option for Bigetron. And honestly, I feel like Cho should be more of an option for teams as a flex. If you're not gonna put it into Roam, now that EMANN has showed it, could be wrong that this is the first time we saw a gold lane Cho in Southeast Asia. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not gonna say it is, but if there was an MPL Cambodia, an MSL, or an MPL Malaysia where a gold lane Cho was picked prior to Bigetron versus Onyx, sound off in the comments. Alright, let me know. So I like what Bigetron drafted because of everything that we laid out of how annoying it could be when you look at the team fights. It's also a lot of map control and a lot of speed, because the Cho can fast clear, just rotate alongside the Hilda Kalea. Hilda can fast clear, so you have 2 gold laners, two side laners who hypothetically can just side clear so fast, take down the waves, and then join the rest of the team to get the pick off and to get the burst so that the Fanny doesn't get rolling. Alright? I'm, again, just breezing through the draft because I really just want to watch the game. So you see Shogun instantly wanting to like maybe cut, get vision, annoy. So Lutpi holds that bush alongside Kiboy so that they can stop any shenanigans that the Hilda wants to do. If you look at the emblems, look at that. Double Wilderness Blessing, 1 on the Hilda, 1 on the Cho, and then you also have Concussive Blast on the Cho and the Hilda, further amplifying the thought of they could just be fast clearing. So we'll see if that's actually the game plan. It also makes sense for the Kimmy to pick up Tenacity at this point, because with all of the threats, it's like you need that extra bit of survivability. Even Kiboy was like, I need Tenacity too. I'm already tanky as a Baksha, but that lineup could be annoying to face. So Kyrie gets the gold minion up top. I think we're just going to be playing for Trays, the usual setup that we're going to be seeing. Sans goes to Leash a bit, because Kyrie went for the Beetle first, and then he's going to go into the orange buff. Okay, so the rotation of Kyrie was purple buff, going up, went to Beetle, and then get orange, now getting the golem here. Interesting. He's going to hit level 4 through the golem. If not, he's going to hit level 4 here. Let's see. Okay, he does hit level 4 through that. Oh, good rotation. All right. Wait, I was looking at the rotation of Kyrie a bit too much. Let's look. So Nile goes up top. Skylar caught with his pants down. Already pours a Purify out. But Kyrie going with the Cutthroat. Damage. Gets 2. Not going to be able to get EMANN down. Rebalances out the kill. He gets the opposing jungler down. So, even start. Even start. But now this Fanny is on Kyrie watch. Kiboy. I don't know what happened there. Did he mistime that? Did he want Lutpi to go with him? But Lutpi was clearly still on the EXP crab. I think that was an oof. A little bit of an oofenschmerz. If you know Phineas and Ferb, shout out to you. If you don't, I'm sorry. Lutpi gets a kill onto Shogun. Okay. Even though Nile was there, 2v1. Oh, things are getting El Messi. Shogun wasn't even level 4. Not respecting the output of the Lapu Lapu. So they balance out. It's stable. Same. I don't know if the mic picked up, but Mirko said stabilize. I wanted to say stabilize too. I was mid-sentence. Look at that. Mind link. Okay. Monster Shocker. You already have the info. Oh, someone do something. Okay. Good retro win. Oh, good Tsunami Slam. Because he hit level 4 just in time and now Lutpi. Is he? Is Shogun going to dive him? Shogun going to dive his ass. He is. Oh, let's go. Good timing. That's what I like to see. I want to analyze that again. Someone's about to Mr. Flying Clouds. So they were tempering the aggression. They were waiting for Finn to hit level 4. EMANN didn't get the kick angle. Now he does. He flickers. Gets a kick onto Lutpi. I don't know if he was trying to kick Kyrie or not, but a kick is a kick. They still got the Tsunami Slam. But see the thing I was talking about, how much of a pain in the ass it is to deal with two heroes that can just surprise engage, have so much mobility, and they can pick you off with very strong displacement. Keyboy, good thing he rotated here to help hold that golem. Meanwhile, topside though, again, that's the sacrifice. You give a lot more gold to Skylar. Okay, so EMANN goes all the way down to join the turtle fight. But it's okay. You got an even bigger win. Skylar getting a Hunter Strike is, at this point, it isn't a problem. It's just, okay, the inevitable happened earlier. Sure. We got kills on Takari. We got the first turtle. Oh, another entry! And they're gonna get another kill on Boy. So this boss is gonna be sad. You got the Mountain Shocker. They got the info. Right away, they go into the bush to set up for the pickoff. Just a simple Tidal Strike Tsunami Slam entry. And full blast on Boy to take him down. Just picking them off. Over and over again. Harry gets his purple buff again, but there's going to be another gank with the Skylar topside. Still alive. Hasn't used his Purify just yet. They weren't able to force the Purify out. They sent the Granger back just a little bit, but he has a fat wave he can get minions from. And EMANN did go back. Skylar going back to heal. Yeah, okay, he had time. Because the minion waves are still going to be there when he gets there. And it is Flying Clouds. So, it's expected. Turtle's going to spawn. Center of the map right now controlled by Bigatron. Ah, okay, they evened it out. EMANN with a kick, though. No more ultimate for the Cho. But then down in the turtle, Finn with a pick-off start yet again. Onyx tried to balance it out to try and get a kill onto EMANN, but that's a Cho. They decided not to fight it out. They just saw if they could get a reaction out of it. They did burn the flicker of the Cho. Oh, but now here comes Shogun. Moreno threatening the jungle of Kyrie. It's not going to be comfortable. So even though they gave the Fanny to Kyrie, they're playing really well against it. Again, the surprise Cho gold lane pick was one of the reasons for that. Oh! Nile Season Shin is undefeated throughout his MPL ID career. 100%. 8 picks. I did not know that. I'm going to keep that in mind. Okay, Tsunami Slam Tidal Strike yet again. They're going to get a pick off. This time it's Kiboy. One more time. They take him out. Shogun, though, gets evened out. Nile gets punished. Here comes the turnaround by Onyx. Maybe. Let's see. Finn, Moreno, EMANN trying to run away, but they still don't have the damage. And Lutpi's Earthshaker doesn't land. Landshaker. I'm thinking of Earth Shatter by Edith. Very similar names and effects. Oh, except Earth Shatter is a knockup. Landshaker is a stun. Oh, good immobilize. It's just a little bit of delay to get a little bit more damage onto the turret. Shogun rushing anti-Karas. Should really help out with the damage profile that the Lapo, Fanny, and the Granger has. Skill-based. Skypiercer now for Skylar. And with the gold at around 500, they're going to be able to get the tower up top. Now at this point, Bigatron needs to be careful because if Skylar starts trading kills, they can get blasted before They can even get their pick off going. Oracle Rush for Finn, maximizing cooldown reduction. And then, yeah, it's straight up damage. It's War Axe. It's a straight up fighter Cho. It's not the assassin super high burst damage Cho, but it's fighter. Kyrie now has Malefic Roar. Here, they're gonna get a burst off. Shogun really low. Oh, yeah, he's done. Oh, but look at that. Oh, Shogun is alive. Finn goes in, Tsunami Slam, and EMANN with a kick. Lutpi, double kill for EMANN. Bro, EMANN is cracked. Triple again. Oh, fuck. No wonder Mirko said that this is an EMANN masterclass. Wait a goddamn minute. Okay, let's track EMANN. He shouldn't pulse in. Tsunami Slam title strike hits. Jeet Kune Do flicker. Basic attack on Sans. He goes back in to dash. Dash past the wall, kick. Bro, he's in an action movie right now. Do you know the game Sifu? He's playing Sifu in MLBB. What the hell? EMANN. EMANN, goodbye adobo, hello nasi lemak. I know that's more of a Malaysian thing, but yeah. I don't know if I'm going to include that in the final cut. Wait, I'm blanking on my Indonesian food. Goodbye, adobo. Hello, gultik. Mirko knows I love gultik. So, and then, remember what I was telling you guys? What I was insinuating in the draft that, with the multiple pickoffs. So this is something that you usually see with like slower tank fighters. If it's something like a Baksha, Cho would do really well pickoff. Anyone that's slow and trotting, high loss. The Baksha, especially the Baksha, because you're using the shield unity to engage, get a stun. Then you don't have an out other than just popping or vitalize and hoping you survive. You're gonna get kicked because that's a relatively easy -1. You know, you burn a lot of what the Baksha wants to do. Kick his ass, burst his ass down, and then your team has advantage because that's a lot of utility used to try and keep the Baksha alive. But now Bigatron are just going to control the map. Just send the Hilda and Cho out. Beautiful. Beautiful. They even get the purple buff stolen too. I am impressed. It's so... God, this lineup the BTR drafted is so annoying to deal with. I want to see a team in the Philippines try to pull this out. I mean, you get the same idea with like tanky or fighter gold laners, but not when it's like a Cho. Not when it's an EXP laner like Hilda, who's so single target focused and who thrives with entering the opposing jungle, playing around the bushes. If you're Onyx, you're just looking left and right. It's like, are they here? Are they there? Where the hell are they? They could be showing up anytime. Look, even EMANN showed up in the bottom lane to stop the split push. Here comes Tsunami Slam. Lutpi blasted right away. Easy take. Burst again. Flickers committed though by Moreno and Finn. Here comes Kyrie. Finn really low. Kyrie! What? What the hell? No one got the retry? How? Moreno miraculously got it. What the heck? Wait, how? Wait, we have to see how that happened. How that happened? Where did that burst of damage come from? Oh, so they were... Okay, Niles' retry was early. Kyrie's landed, I think, just a split second after the Chaos Assault by the Lunox. What a freaking miracle! EMANN couldn't get the angle. Oh, he might. No, he should be fine. Yeah, he'll be able to get away from this. He has a lot of mobility. Good lord, what a miracle that Moreno was able to take that. Niles was early. Kyrie was almost right on time, but Moreno already threw out the Chaos Assault. Alright, so Bigatron trying to force some reactions out of the mid. They have the Lord marching bot. They have all waves pushing in. EMANN sends Kyrie back. It's a bit of a clear. Another minion wave, a set of minion waves are coming in, but now this forces Onyx to really retreat because the bottom minion wave is frozen out just a little bit. Good delay. They just let the Bigatron the bottom lane get pushed by the Lord. Meanwhile, top side, BTR will be able to get the tower. So again, that's just map control. Let's just skip it out. Where are they in terms of the items? It's not even that big a lead for the Cho. They're just losing everything else. Because Skylar has items, but Kiboy can barely survive. Even the Lapu Lapu can't survive the full blast and combo coming out from a Lunox who is up to a Divine Glaive now. So the Lunox goes Glowing Wand, Divine Glaive, Blood Wings. The third item, Blood Wings. The second item, Divine Glaive, I love. It just pushes the lead even more. You're not getting a lot of CDR, but they're really always just playing around the Kalea. And the Moreno won't try to get a pick unless the Kalea is around. And that's almost always a sure pick. So they just want the raw burst that the Lunox can dish out. They're not thinking about cooldown reduction. They're just thinking pop his ass. Whoever Finn gets, which at this point is usually Kiboy. Okay, see, Kiboy goes in. Tsunami Slam. See the thing I was talking about? He still has to revitalize. That's why he can dance this. Oh, Lutpi, get great entry by Lutpi. Okay, Kyrie goes in, now goes down, 2, 3 down. Good turnaround by Onyx. And this time it's Bigatron who got caught just watching. They got caught sleeping, bro. Oh, but EMANN, oh, he kicks Kiboy. Oh, EMANN, okay. Is he also gonna get Lutpi? No way, he doesn't have the kick anymore. They can't one-way this. They can't one-way. Because they have a minion wave crashing out. EMANN's waiting. He's thinking about it. Yeah, he's thinking about it. But no, he's not going to get a kick onto there. Okay, wait. We have to revisit how that happened for BTR. It really looked like they were so hesitant. He couldn't get Kiboy down. See, this is what we were talking about the Baksha. His shield unity for in. But then if he has to revitalize, like, he could just hope to survive. Moreno didn't use his ultimate. I think he was waiting and biding his time. But then it was also a good surprise Landshaker by Lutpi because he committed the flicker. They saw him charging it up, but he already flicked. Nile, trying to see when he used Traceless. Nah, he straight up got stunned and bursted down. Yeah, because it's not like he Tracelessed in or anything. He just got bursted and blasted. And then because of the Granger having gold, it's still a lot of damage. And it was a Lapu Lapu who was getting the last hits. All right, now First Lord. Map control, really good for BTR. But Onyx showed that they can fight. They have the damage. As long as Kiboy has revitalized, he can survive long enough. Malefic Roar already for the YSS, though. They're really going to need to get the YSS down quick. They're going to conceal. Now showed himself up top. I think they're trying to look for a play. They're going to go for Finn. No Tsunami Slam committed because Moreno and EMANN are coming out from the bottom portion of the river. EMANN looking for an angle, looking for anyone really. Does he want to hit the tower? No. He's going to try to go for a flank. EMANN. They see him. Oh, easy pick on the Skylar. Purify already forced out. Tsunami Slam. Finn trying to go after it, but Skylar still survives. Meanwhile, Lutpi zones everyone out. Roam for EXP. Okay, Skylar. You think he was able to survive there? EMANN now with a BOD. The finisher item for a fighter-style Cho. Endless Battle, Brute Force Breastplate, maximizing cooldown reduction. Good movement speed as well, control reduction. As you get the stacks of the Brute Force. So this is a Cho that wants to fight a lot. Wants to really bob and weave, maximizing the reset of the Shunpo through the Jeet Kune Do third activation on a hero. Alright, they're gonna be doing it again. EMANN forces the break into the tower. Onyx knows where EMANN's gonna be coming from, so they push back Bigatron a bit. They want to hold the mid shrub. Kiboy goes for it. Knock up Tsunami Slam. Who are they gonna get? They actually got Kyrie down. No more jungler, but look at the damage getting dished out by this Kimmy and Granger together. Moreno forced to get out of there. EMANN showing up from behind. The damage hurts too much from this Cho. They knew he was coming, but then they wanted to go for the kills and they didn't respect the flank. They didn't respect the flank of EMANN. They already knew he was coming from behind. And he had the BOD. We were talking about it, the finisher item. You can have the lineup, you can have the defense, but with the damage and the items, you're gonna get bursted. What a win by BTR. Look at the player cam. Like, you could see it in the player cam. The members of BTR, bro, they were already like just there. Moreno, Nile standing up because you could see it. Look at the player cam. The three of them are just taunting already. Oh my, BTR. That's what Mirko meant by EMANN Masterclass. And we saw it from the game number 1 domination of Skylar in lane. How he played that CC, the flanks. You can see the emotions coming out from Coach Bam. They break the streak in explosive fashion. They sweep Onyx. BTR take the win, and this was a fun one to do. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. The Falcons versus... Oh, not Falcons versus Team Liquid, but the Falcons PH and Team Liquid PH draft profile. Thanks for watching.